Okay, yeah, it actually happened. I hacked my dad's phone. But here's the thing. I didn't actually hack it, okay? Like that was kind of clickbait. I kind of clickbaited you into clicking this video. But what I did was I just got lucky and I'll explain that later. I'll explain it later. So as a child, I was about 8 or 9 years old. I just honestly just made up the age, but I knew I was young. Um, I never had a phone. Like I got my phone taken away from me and never gotten it back. Probably just before like the first day of school, I got too obsessed with it, and then I did something bad, and then I just got it taken away from me. But yeah, it happens, guys. After that phone got taken away from me, it was like a couple months into middle school. Wait, why am I saying I'm 8? I'm in middle school when this happened. Okay. I take that back. I wasn't 8. I was like 11, like 10. No, 10. I got this old phone from the phone drawer. Let me know in the comments if you guys have a phone drawer. Um, I got this old phone that my dad used to have, and I saw that it needed a passcode. It was 4 digits, and there was only one password that was used in my family, and I got it right. I just got, like, that's how I got lucky. I got lucky with the password, and that's how I got into his old phone. Okay. At the time, I was pretty obsessed with like having a YouTube channel. Honestly, maybe more than I am now, because I went to the extent of like stealing an iPhone 6s or something, and then like creating a YouTube channel on that and posting like some screen recording or whatever. I don't know. I forget what I called it, but it happened. I got the phone. I created the YouTube channel, and then I was like I hid the phone like under my pillow, like so they would never see it. I mean, that was probably like the worst hiding spot, because like I'm pretty sure I remember this one time when my dad sat on my pillow, and I think he might have felt it, but he just didn't like say anything. I honestly don't remember, but I remember there was this one night. Where I was looking at the App Store, and I saw that Minecraft, or like Geometry Dash or something, because there's Geometry Dash and there's Geometry Dash Lite and Geometry Dash, just like the full version with like every single thing, right? I saw that it costed $2, $1.99. So I pressed it, thinking like, oh, his credit card information must be in there, right? But no, you needed a password to use it. I was so confused at first, thinking like, if I need a password, how am I gonna do that? Except if I like were to ask dad for the password, but like it's his old phone, so like would he even know? I don't know. But then my fingerprint came into mind, because how I unlocked the phone from now on was like without a password. Was I used my thumbprint when that was like popular or whatever, like when the home button was still a thing. I used my thumbprint to do it. So after that, I somehow I totally forget, it was like years ago. I went into settings. I set up the thumbprint thing for the credit card information, like for the App Store, and then it worked. I tried. I pressed the $1.99 Geometry Dash. I used my thumbprint because it didn't ask for a password anymore, and I got it. And that's where the magic happened. I was so happy that I started on the hardest level of the like Geometry Dash. I started there, and I was like, I can do this with so many other games. Like 10-year-old me was thinking, I finally have the power and stuff, So I went back to the App Store, and I remember I was a huge fan of Hello Neighbor at the time. Like I already beat Act 1 and everything, but I remember that you needed to get the full version, which costed like, I don't know, like $6 or something on mobile. Guess what I did? I used my fat ass thumb. I put it on the home button, and look what happened. I got the full version, and I don't remember if I beat it all, but like, I did it. I was a god. Bro. Like, I was buying games that entire night. Like, I remember playing Hello Neighbor at school, and my friends would just pile up, because they loved the game too. Like, at that time, they had electronics day, and people had their phones out, they had their iPads out, and they were crowded up, all up on you, just to see you play a game. Like, I remember I had no electronics at the time, but until I stole that phone, I was a god. I was literally LeBron James of electronics day, bro. I made more purchases. I was still in my bed. It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night. I was under the covers just in case I heard footsteps. It was like really hot under there. Like, like when you're under the covers, like you're using your phone, the light hitting your face, it just makes you like fucking sweat. I was ready to just get out of there and just play and hope for the best. Pretend I'm sleeping as soon as I hear his freaking big ass footsteps. Loud footsteps. But see, here's the thing that happened. My godly features didn't last forever. See, my 10-year-old brain wasn't that smart just yet. I completely forgot that he has his credit card information on his phone. Like, his iPhone 6S, that was Apple, right? He had a Samsung. I thought it had something to do with it. I thought it wouldn't transfer. I thought it was like old. But no. He had the same information on the two phones. In the middle of the night, he comes into my room, or maybe it was the next day, or someday. He came into my room, and he said, "You know what Hello Neighbor is? Or do you know what Geometry Dash is?" He used to emphasize the words like so much. It annoyed. It was so annoying. He said it just like that, and I was like, I'm fucked. I'm actually fucked. So I was like, no, what about it? I've heard of it, but you guys don't really allow me to play video games, so I'm like oh, and I totally forgot about this part. So when he finds about the purchases, he knows that I did it, because he's the only, I'm the only one who's obsessed with games in this family, even though I don't have any devices. But I remember I used my mom's old work iPad. I mean, she had an iPad. She used it for work sometimes, but then she just gave it to me because I just played games on it anyway. Here's what happened. I went into the master bedroom where they were. He got the iPad. It was on the desk. And he asked me to take back the purchases or renew the purchases. Restore the purchases. And I was like, shit, I didn't do it on the iPad. So, because when I looked on the iPad, there was different accounts. On the iPad, it was my mom's Apple ID, but then on the phone, it was my father's Apple ID. And I realized once I pressed restore purchases, It didn't work because I never purchased anything on the. I was so fucked. And here's what happened after that. Of course, I got grounded. Like, I mean, not really grounded. Like, I mean, yes, okay, yes. My TV was taken away. So all I could do was, like, read books for the rest of the 2 weeks I was. That was the worst thing I've ever done. Like, I felt so bad after that because I didn't realize what the hell I just did. Like, I realized I only spent like $30. It was like $40. Or, nah, not even 30. And the best part is, they didn't know I had the phone. The entire time. They never figured out how I did it. They never figured it out. I'm pretty sure that my mom knows how I did it, but my dad, he still doesn't know. He will never know. I will never tell him how I did it. I mean, I'm proud of myself back then, but now like, that was just kind of stupid. To be honest, it's kind of fraud. Yeah, that's the story. The end, guys. The end. Alright, if you guys liked it, make sure to subscribe, and I appreciate every single one of you. Okay? Peace.